At the inaugural presidential press corps dinner, President Tinubu said to media to put Nigeria first, reject terrorist propaganda. The inaugural presidential press corps dinner hosted by Bola Ahmed Tinubu took place on Thursday, 2nd July 2026 at the State House in Abuja. The event brought together members of the State House press corps members, senior government officials and media executives. Some of the major highlights include President Bola Tinubu urging journalists to put Nigerians' national interests first and avoid becoming megaphones for terrorists, kidnappers and criminal groups seeking publicities.
Media should not become amplifier for those who wish to harm us. They want us divided. They want you and I to be afraid of one another. We will not surrender to their whims and crises.
He stressed that the press freedom is fundamental to democracy, but said it must be exercised with responsibility, fairness, and accuracy. He added that freedom of expression is not a license to defame or spread misinformation. The president defended the government's position that laws such as the Cybercrime Act are intended to combat malicious falsehood and digital abuse rather than suppress legitimate journalism.
Partner in the national development. You inform citizens, shape public discourse, promote civic participation, strengthen national cohesion, and contribute to our national progress.
A lighter moment came when President Tinubu jokingly referred to the First Lady, Oluremi Tinubu, as Iya Alakara, Mama Akara Seller.
My dear wife, the First Lady, Iya Alakara.
Drawing laughter from guests. The remark referenced the recent public debate over her comments, encouraging women to engage in small businesses such as selling akara and kulikuli. In Abuja, Margaret Ochilebe reporting for Mptv News. Kunle Ilorin Diamond. Director Development Company Jacob & Co Hospitality alleges 100 million naira bribe demand forgery in Fcta land approval process. A property developer, Kunle Diamond, has accused officials of the Federal Capital Territory Administration (FCTA), the Deputy Director, Carlo Maduebuike, of demanding a 100 million naira bribe to approve a joint development project in Abuja.
You go drop something. I'm like, starting like what? He said, let's just start with 100 million. That's when I said, okay, so I have to bribe you with 100 million for me to get approval for something that would benefit a lot of people in Nigeria. So they started stalling it, and then we never heard from them. I decided not to call him out since that time because I didn't want too much attention, about all these things. And then recently, after the call out, when I spoke about it, they now invited us. Now, what they are saying in this meeting now is that someone said that he's the owner of the land. And guess, when we saw the petition that the person wrote, guess who is the petitioner? Kaluma Dubuike. Imagine, Kaluma Dubuike is the person that said he's the owner of my land. How? So it's either the person, so there are two things to these things. Either the person is impersonating him. I want to give them that benefit of doubt. That that person is impersonating him, or it is him himself who is saying that he's the owner. And then when we did our investigation, did you know that in Kuje, this same person has over 50 plots? A civil servant, someone who is supposed to oversee a particular place, has 50 plots in that jurisdiction. I was there in the meeting today, and I told them before they start that if this meeting is going to go on, I would want it to be recorded so that we can have proof of whatever happens there. In case you ask for another 1 billion, what's my proof for that 1 billion?
A joint development project in Abuja. According to Kunle Diamond, the project had already passed the first stage of approval when officials marked the site without explanation. He alleged that despite several letters seeking clarification, the FCTA failed to respond. Kunle Diamond further claimed that an FCTA official submitted a petition claiming ownership of the land on behalf of his family's company without authorization, describing the action as forgery and impersonation. He also alleged that the officials controlled multiple plots of land in Kuje, raising concerns about abuse of office. He said FCTA officials refused to allow a meeting on dispute to be recorded or observed by the media, insisting the matter would be reviewed internally. Calling for transparency, the developer urged the FCT minister to constitute an independent panel to investigate the allegations, arguing that the FCTA should not oversee a case involving accusations against its own officials. The FCTA has not publicly responded to the allegations. In Abuja, Margaret Ochilebe reporting for Mptv News.